With you, I can be sad with you. Just take my hand and fly up through the dreams where the sky.
Hey guys, we are at our local hardware store and we're going to check out some gardening materials to get things started this season. Looks like we've got some potting soil. We're just doing some raised beds. When we lived off grid, we had 40 acres and we had a large garden. And we did the, what was that method that we used with the chips? Well, if I think about it, I'll include it.
I can think of the square foot method, but it wasn't the square foot method.
Yeah, we've tried that too in the past. I'm just having a brain fog at the moment. Right here we've got all kinds of goodies. Pops is going to be on the lookout for a couple of tomato plants. The weather has continued to be really poor around here, and in fact, the weather report is calling for a rainstorm with some thunder and lightning this afternoon. So, not the best weather yet. We've had a hard time getting in the spring of things for getting our garden season going. But we're out here giving it a go. We're gonna see what we can do. Oh, it looks like Pops may have found what he's looking for. Which one's this?
This is Super Sweet 100 Hybrid Cherry Tomato.
Oh, okay. Look at this, you guys. Look at all the greens.
The lucky one.
Oh my goodness. Maybe this will help me get into garden seasoning. I haven't enjoyed gardening my entire life, so I don't know what's going on this year. I think truly, honestly, that it's been a lack of sunshine. It's just been so dull and gray that I haven't felt it yet. Look at this beauty. I'm showing you the clouds, guys. The storm is rolling in. I think we're loaded. I think we're ready.
Okay.
Shall we do it?
Let's do it.
Okay. So ask us if we miss our truck, because on days like today when we're loading stuff up, we could really use a truck. And we've noticed that with our other Jeep as well. You truck people, enjoy the beds of your truck. Loading up in the rain. So in other news, our red Jeep goes to the mechanics tomorrow, and we are hoping to have favor and blessings in it being diagnosed properly and scheduled to get fixed right away. So yes, we are being hopeful. Okay, that about sums that up. Now we're gonna go get a local coffee. Okay, we are trying a new to us coffee shop called Stomping Grounds, and we're gonna give this a go and see how the coffee tastes from here. So spring is really slow to get kicked off here where we're at. And my returning strawberry patch from last year, what's left from the deer grazing on it and having strawberry shortcake for themselves, is coming back really slowly. In fact, I was just at my in-laws' house and their strawberry patch looks like it's on steroids because they used a little chicken manure and some good mulch, I think. So we're going to have to spruce things up around here and get these things moving. So, honey, is that a snowmobile shovel?
It is. I got it off the back of my snowmobile. Oh, wait. I don't have a snowmobile yet. Used to years ago, but not yet.
Use what you've got on hand. Gardening with Pops and Nana. You might want to go to Cisco's channel. Oh, boy. Last year, we had quite a tomato harvest, and I'm trying to remember the tips and tricks that we used. One of it was banana water because of the potassium. We had made a banana fertilizer.
Yep. The other is every time as your plant's growing, every time, like where a branch goes off in that like armpit, pinch that off until they get big. Also, when you're starting out, if they start to flower, pinch those off until they get bigger. And then also your bottom limbs, as the plant gets taller, take off the bottoms. You're trying to get all that energy to get the plant to grow bigger.
Yeah, so Pops is already thinking BLTs, fresh tomatoes during the summertime. Gosh, I'm stuck on BLTs.
I just like fresh cherry tomatoes as I walk by.
Yeah.
So that.
I can't do the tomatoes. For any of you out there that suffer with joint pain, you may want to check and see if you have troubles with nightshade vegetables. That was a contributing factor to some of my issues. And so I have taken all nightshades out of my diet, hence the tomato. And I absolutely love tomatoes, but because they don't love me, this is all Pops.
So you can see that.
Oh, maybe I should bring it over.
The buckets are only about 3/4 full.
Okay.
So I will put the plants in. As the plants get bigger, then I will trim off some of the bottoms, some of the bottom branched out, and then I will add some more soil, and then that'll give it more roots as the plant gets bigger.
Sweet.
Yes. So I'm gonna put the plants in. So something that Nana was just showing me is you can plant them kind of sideways.
Yeah, horizontally.
Horizontally. They'll turn and keep growing, and that gives you more roots. But instead, what I do is, like when this is 3/4, I'm planting it. As the plant gets taller, I will bring in more soil, and it will do the same thing. It'll cause these lower branches and limbs to then also give me more roots. And then that will help support a taller plant, a bigger plant.
Last year they grew really nice and sturdy.
Yes, and you can see my buckets are kind of a green. That's just a good color for the sun. Gives the buckets warmth, the soil warmth, without getting too hot is the plan.
Yeah, you don't want to burn your roots. And green is your color.
And green's my color,
yeah.
So it works.
Heck yes. So now we need to hope that we don't have any more frost.
And, well, we're going to be under the cover of our snow structure, so that it will also shelter them from a frost.
It's a good thing because
and
we have...
shelters them from rain. You want to water your tomatoes at the base. You don't want a bunch of water on your leaves, or you will get like a black rot with your tomatoes.
Ooh.
So I keep mine out of the rain and just water them at the base.
Perfect. Yeah, seemed to work.
It worked pretty good last year.
Later this week, I think you're going to do a little rototilling, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna prep an old garden bed for corn. I want
Nice.
to grow some of my own corn for my own whiskey. So that's the plan. We'll see what happens. Last year, it all died. Our soil's all sand, and it's hard to get everything right to keep some moisture in it for the plants.
Yeah, this is a tough gardening situation that we've got. We've never contended with sand before. I did remember the name of the gardening method that we used at our homestead, and it's the Back to Eden garden method, and it uses mulch. And the one year we hauled in tons, absolutely tons of truckloads of mulch.
Yeah.
And built up an immense size garden. And my kale and my, I remember a huge kale harvest, but we had a really successful garden that year. And that's when we were hauling our water. So that was a bit interesting.
Well, and that's why we did the mulch.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to hold more moisture in the soil that wasn't great soil.
Yeah.
But
Whew.
it
That brings back
really good for the fruit trees because I did the whole orchard that way.
That brings back a lot of sweat memories.
Sweat equities, sweat memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, less sweat. But it worked great.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we will see how these grow. Thanks, Pops.
Alrighty.
Okay, so this is going to require some garden cleanup and some soil amendment. Pops made these boxes last year, and the snow load came down and absolutely crushed this area over the winter time, and so it undid this box. But here in this one, I've got some garlic coming up, so that's going to be fun. I need to get out here and clean up the beds, and this is all left over from last year, and it is going to get cleaned up and replanted. So yeah, that should be fun. Now, if only our friends could get a whiff of this.
Smell-o-vision.
Ooh, it's a little ripe. The good stuff. Well, it is early morning, Tuesday morning, and I'm following Pops in the Jeep, and today is Take Your Jeep to the Mechanic Day. So that is is what we have going on this early Tuesday morning. And we are in great hopes that they will do all the diagnostics and diagnose what's going on and keep it, and get it fixed, get it back up to par where it needs to be. So yeah, that's what we've got going on. And to top it off, it is allergy season, and whatever is in the air is thick, and I'm definitely feeling it this morning. Okay, I need to figure out where it is that we are turning. A little bit of traffic this morning. There's the Sasquatch. And we're returning to the dealership that we bought the Jeep from just a couple short months ago. And we've got the extended warranty, so they should be able to do what they need to do to get us back on the road in operational order, hopefully quicker than we anticipate. All right, looks like I can pull in next to him. Okay, so here I am outside of Certified Service, and this is where the Jeep is going to be and getting fixed. Hoping that they do a terrific job. Okay, so a great big thank you to my dear friend Lori, who gifted me a whole set of garden markers years ago. And they're a little rough looking right now, but I can still read it. I can still see what it is. And I've gotten so many years of pleasure out of these little markers. So thank you, my dear friend. This is my beans and radish. Uh-oh, I don't have one for that. And carrot. find something for that. Okay, this by no means is as creative or decorative or fun as my little garden markers from my dear friend, but this will let me know. Oh, that really sunk down what it is that I planted there. Okay, give these some water and wait for them to grow. I've had a really hard time getting into garden season this year, and I think a lot of it has just been, the weather has been really gloomy and cold. It's been a really cold spring. So I'm hoping this afternoon we are experiencing a piece of sunshine and it feels amazing, and just hoping to get these little boxes filled and get them going, and maybe my inspiration will return. Okay. That's it for that bed. I still have some maintenance to do in the garlic bed over here, and Pop's fixed this other box for me from the snow load crashing down on it, so I will be working on cleaning this out and adding some more soil and fertilizer, and then do some planting in this box as well.
Baba. If you like our Nana and Pop-Pop's adventures, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment.